Bitches get stuff done, that's a fact. Unapologetic on the attack.
Hello, bitches. It is Heather Ryan from Bitches Get Stuff Done coming to you from Des Moines, Iowa.
And Blythe Potter with Hoosier Bitches Get Stuff Done in Bargersville, Indiana.
Blythe, there is so much to talk about.
Oh my God,
I know we try to keep this at a half an hour, but Jesus Christ, I'm a saltine cracker. Holy crap.
And this is mostly just today's stuff that we were talking about.
Yes.
Like, we're recording on Wednesday, July 9th. It's just a little after 6:20 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. Holy crap. There's so much. Well, I want to start with the Epstein fiasco.
Yes.
Because I just can't get enough of this. Republicans and Trumpsters pulling their hair out going, what? You're saying there's no list now? And they've been teasing this list for 10 years?
Yeah. And this is the hill that gets them maybe off of the MAGA train. Like, they're more mad about this than literally anything else. And I love me a good true crime story, because this could be one day, especially if those papers are released. By the way, if Elon Musk is listening, please give us that list. We know you have it.
Yeah, right?
Hey, someone's got copies of it. You better fucking leak it.
There's a Republican congressman from California. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he made a hell of a point. He said, Trump is the most litigious person in the entire world. If Elon Musk said something that was derogatory, that wasn't true, you think he wouldn't be suing him right now? He would be. But if it's true, it's impossible to sue somebody, and there's discovery. You'd have to provide these papers to say, look, I'm not on that list. Had a good point.
That's a good point. But one, Elon Musk has more money than him. And two, I have to imagine there were strings attached to the money that he gave Trump. Knowing how willing he is to sue people, he's probably signed paperwork saying he wouldn't do that.
I don't know. It really seems like Musk was caught off guard. Like, he didn't expect Trump to do that to him, to throw him under the bus. But I never understand this.
He does it to everybody. His family, literally everybody.
How do people get into this and say, oh, he's not going to do it to me? Come on, I'm the special.
We always think we're the exception, right? Like, that's totally his ego.
He's got some kind of magic spell over people that I just don't understand. And if he can do this Epstein thing and all of a sudden, poof, there's no real list, and people still stay with him, I'm missing something.
Because it's a cult.
Yeah.
I mean, it truly, it is an organized crime group at this point, and the irony is they're always wanting to go after the bad people. They are the bad people.
Yeah, happening. Wasn't that the whole thing when he was elected? Oh, he's going to go after the lizard people that are drinking children's blood, that have child sex rings in the pizza bar's basement. That was going to be his whole thing. He was going to go after that. Turns out, he was part of it. He was him. We've been telling you guys this. We've been telling you guys this.
It doesn't matter. I think it's interesting that MAGA is pretty upset about this, and they're aiming most of the anger at Pam Bondi. He's going to throw her under the bus.
Because do you think just because she said she had the paperwork at first and now she's saying she doesn't?
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
he's always got a scapegoat. It is never him. It is never him. It is never him. It is never him.
True. 100% agree with that.
And and even the Hegseth thing with Ukraine, him defunding the money unilaterally. I guarantee you he didn't do that on his own accord.
No, of course not.
There's no way Trump wasn't behind that. He just wants his hands clean of it.
Absolutely agree.
Every time.
He's such a micromanager. You know that he's got his finger in every pie, even though he doesn't even know what's going on half the time.
He didn't even know what was in the big bullshit bill.
Well, most of the Republicans didn't, right?
No, they don't. They probably didn't know, much like the rest of Texas that you just told me about, that Senator Ted Cruz was the one who stripped weather forecasting funds from the mega bill. Right before the floods.
Yeah, and I believe the alert system too. He stripped all that money. Then the floods happened in his state, and then he goes to Greece for vacation with his family.
Among other things, he removed $150 million slated to improve modeling, predictions, and public communications.
Yeah. You know what that could have done? Those public communications, that could have saved lives.
Oh, it could have saved a lot of lives.
Yeah.
A lot of lives. And and I should quote, this is Mother Jones who wrote that. That's where I got that information, Oliver Millen. And I think I've said this before on this podcast, but when do we start calling this a genocide? This is a calculated genocide with immigrants. Mm-hmm. Now, people from the fires, floods, we're now taking away millions of people's health care, and amongst children. And now people who want Medicaid will have to be working in the fields of said immigrants who we have stolen and detained, unalived, tortured, what have you.
Yeah, you'll have to explain that one for anybody that didn't follow that, because that's new.
That is pretty new. Trump's ag secretary said that people who are eligible for Medicaid will have to be working, I think, 80 hours a month, and they will need to work in the fields where the migrants once were.
Yes. Yes. So what I envision is my mother, who was blind from her cataracts and couldn't take care of herself anymore, was on Medicaid toward the end of her life. So what would they do with her? They're going to have her out detasseling corn or picking soybeans, or?
I have no idea. And that my thought went to my late father-in-law. He died this past April. My sister-in-law, the amount of effort she took to get him on Medicaid. And this started pre-Trump. And my father-in-law voted for this administration. He could not feed himself. He could not go to the bathroom. He could not walk. He was wheelchair bound. What would we do with him? And I almost wish I could see or hear his response to him being told, this is what will have to happen to you. Like, he would be, television would be broken, or whatever method of that delivery would have been shattered, I would think.
It's so asinine. And somebody made a good point. Oh, it was Robert Reich. Do you follow his stuff?
I love him, The Economist. God, he's so amazing. Smart. He's so smart.
So smart.
And the way he delivers it, like, you can understand what you're saying.
Yes. He breaks it down for dummies like me.
The economy is complex, kind of on purpose, capitalism.
Yeah. I believe it was his work that he said it's intentional that you're taking away. Oh, maybe it was somebody else. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was Rashid Tlaib. Either way, somebody smart said they're taking away all of these workers from the fields and from the factories that pay taxes into Social Security, and they don't get any benefits because that helps the insolvency of the Social Security system. So at some point, the rich people can say, see, this was all a Ponzi scheme. So we're just going to do away with Social Security now, which will make everybody else have to work the rest of their lives. You'll never be able to retire. So I didn't look at it that way. But of course, that makes sense, right?
Absolutely. Because the billionaires need more money. If you had $1 billion, I heard this today on the Politics Girl podcast, and this episode was very much worth listening to. It was about, oh my God, I can't even think of the words. I'll think of it. But if you had $1 billion, you could spend $5,000 a day for the rest of your life and never go through it all. $5,000 a day, that's more than what most homes, like families, bring home a month. Yeah,
a lot. Yeah. Okay. So
that's a lot of money.
I can't think of how I would spend $5,000 a day. I mean,
I know. If I won the lottery, I pretty much know what I would spend it on. I would, all of my favorite animal rescues would each get $1 million. All of my favorite PACs would each get $1 million. Obviously, I would pay off my house. I would put a crap load of it in like some sort of account where it just like gave me money to play with. I mean, I would essentially get rid of most of it. What am I going to do with it?
What can a billionaire do with all that? Why do they need more?
I don't know. Like, how many yachts do you need? How many times do you need to fly to Italy for a wedding? Like, I genuinely, at any time, Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk or any of these idiots could be like, maybe I'm going to solve some of the world's problems with this money.
And at no point do they ever do that, especially Elon Musk. Elon Musk said that the big problem with American society is that we have empathy, that's our weakness. And that's just gross.
It's repulsive.
Oh my God. But my mom had this friend years ago, and he was wealthy, and she at some point had asked him what, after he made his first $1 million, what did he want to do? And he said, and I believe this to be true, I wanted to make another $1 million. And then after that, I wanted to make another $1 million. It's never enough. He never, ever, ever was satiated with what he made. He always just wanted more. And why?
I don't know.
After so many millions, what the fuck are you doing with it?
Is it because we live in a culture of scarcity? I mean, I don't know. That episode I reference is How to Be a Good Person in a Bad World, a conversation with Rutger Bregman. It's very, very much moral awakening. Those are the words I was thinking of. It's very good.
And what was that on? That was on Politics World? Or okay.
I actually almost turned it off because, like, when I have time to listen to a podcast, I want to hear my fucking politics.
Get the shit and get to the politics. Get the fucking point.
But it really tied into politics and, like, okay, billionaires don't want to pay taxes. Let's find another way to get money from them to help fund some of these things. So it's really interesting. It's really interesting. But it's also time for a commercial break.
Yeah, speaking of paying for stuff.
Bitches Get Stuff Done is brought to you in part by Blythe Potter, seeking the Democratic nomination for Indiana's Secretary of State in 2026. Blythe wants to increase voter turnout as well as voter registration and use the NBiz website to help share and teach sustainable business practices for the business leaders in Indiana and bring boring back to the Secretary of State's office. Blythe needs to raise about $10,000 a month to try to flip Indiana's Secretary of State office blue. And remember, turning a red state blue benefits the entire country, even if you can't vote for us. To donate, visit BlythePotter.com. Paid for and authorized by Friends of Blythe Potter. Use of military rank titles or photographs in uniform does not imply endorsement by the Department of the U.S. Army or Army Reserves or the Department of Defense.
Just get stuff done, that's a fact. Unapologetic on the attack. Now's the time to take it all back.
Okay, we are back. We covered a lot in that first segment. We zipped through all these things.
We really did. I was a little worried about time, and now we're like, ooh, what do we talk about now? We can talk about the first hospitalization that we know of in Alligator Alcatraz.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that. You'll have to lead the way.
It's within the last 24 hours. There was really no other information that I saw. I heard that on Aaron Parnas. I'm pretty sure that was yesterday. And then there was an Iranian grandmother whose Republican congressman stepped in to get her out of detention. Like, can you maybe do that for the rest of them? Like, not everyone has that access. I don't know if he actually knew her personally, but it's kind of shocking. She has been in the United States for over 50 years.
Well, maybe they can put her to work in the fields now that she's out.
That's so horrible. I mean, she doesn't probably qualify for Medicaid.
Oh yeah, you're right. If she's not
or anything, because God forbid she benefit from her own fucking tax dollars in this country.
Right.
Lord.
I have to think, Blythe, that all of this gigantic swing to the right is going to have a massive swing to the left. If they can fuck up the country that much, can't we bring it back to something that actually benefits people, like universal health care, universal childcare, universal education, all the way up to college? Why can't we have nice things?
I don't know. Here's what I don't understand. I don't know how human rights, I lump all of this under human rights. We need to redefine human rights in this country to include the right to education, the right to healthcare, the right to a safe home, the right to food. Those are not political. I know they are. I know they are in our reality, but they should not be. Because I will tell you, I'm pissed at the world about Donald Trump and many other things, but that doesn't mean I do not want them to have a safe home. That doesn't mean I want them washed away in a flood or burned in a fire. That doesn't mean I want them to be sleeping on the street or to die from lack of a rural hospital being around because we have defunded so many things. Like, that doesn't mean I wish death on them. So I don't understand why we can't just realize that this isn't left versus right. It's human rights. These are human rights violations.
Yeah, so it's not left versus right. It's humanity versus inhumanity.
It is. It absolutely is. But that is literally Republican versus Democrat. That is the way it is translated in this country.
Yes.
And I don't know why.
Astounding that Republicans are so anti-human. I just don't get it. They only care when it affects them. I find it so awful, like so selfish.
It is.
And so self-defeating.
Yeah. And they don't even realize it. And it's the complete opposite of Jesus's gospel, which I know we've talked about a million times before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like that woman we were just talking about on TikTok, where you have all the Auburn something. She's like mega MAGA and has a PhD and all these things. Talking total trash about anyone who's anti-MAGA is now literally crying, "We are human beings. Someone needs to help us," because she's in fucking Texas.
Right. So she's saying, and I just saw that today, where she was crying because she's not getting help. She's in a poorer county where they don't have a lot of money, so they don't get a lot of services. And now she's just crying about that. But I didn't know the backstory until today, that this whole time she's been this massive troll on a TikTok where she's just talking mad smack about all these people who actually believe in social services.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden, she needs them, so she cares? Wow.
Yeah. And she literally voted. I'm trying to look up her name. She literally voted for this, was promoting this, and until now. And I don't get it.
I would be intrigued to know if she ever sees the hypocrisy, because I've got $1 saying she doesn't.
I'm going to say she probably doesn't, because, I mean, clearly, if she has a PhD, she's intelligent and, book smart, right? Because I know plenty of very smart people who are quite dumb. What is her name? Auburn. Where'd that go? Oh no, I don't know how to use this computer apparently. Auburn Gallagher. Yeah. So, don't necessarily follow her.
No, I don't follow her either. But she would not be in my algorithm, to be fair.
Oh, absolutely not. Have you heard some of these videos?
Yes. I think Mia, the goddess, played some of them, and that's where I saw them.
Yeah.
And she does a really good job, too. She's got a great channel. If you're not following her already, you should. She's got a lot of great insight.
What is it, Mia? What?
The goddess.
Oh, the goddess.
Or the goddess Mia, maybe.
I will follow her now. So,
she's
anyway, karma. It's karma.
Instant karma.
It truly is. And I don't say that lightly. I do not want this to happen to anybody. But it sucks.
But it's nice to point out that bad things happen when you put bad things into the world. That's just the entire meaning of karma, right? You're putting out such awful negativity, and what comes back to you?
I don't know.
Will she ever see that she's doing this and see the irony? I doubt it.
Probably not. I do hope we get to see this happen to Trump, though, in some capacity. It's just karma in general, right? Like jail time.
Oh, for Trump?
Something.
He'll never go to jail. Never.
I don't know. I mean, shouldn't we have our version of the Nuremberg trials at some point? Like, how do we get to that? And what do we get to call it?
I just don't see him ever paying a price for anything ever. Just rich people don't. You can see it in every single case. Look at the P. Diddy thing. He's rich. Rich people don't pay a price. They have a totally separate set of laws. And those
Epstein was about to be. Do you think Epstein killed himself, or do you think he was unalived? I think he was murdered. I really honestly, 100% hand to God, have not put any thought into it.
Because I don't care.
You're so funny. I love true crime so much that's where my brain goes.
Yeah, no, I don't. I just don't care. He's dead. But do I think that he had a list of people who were his cohorts? I do.
He had to have. Why would they have said this for so long if he didn't?
And you know who? Okay,
this predates Trump's reign.
That's what I was about to say. This predates Trump. So why doesn't anybody from previous administration who knows the truth come out and say what's what? Most of them got the can anyway, right? Weren't they all sacked? So
I mean, most of them lost their security clearances. I mean, we need more whistleblowers. We absolutely need more whistleblowers around here.
people are weenies.
I would be too.
That's true, especially if he was unalived. By
Yeah,
really
I mean, I would
wealthy
definitely be a
people.
weenie about it. I would speak. I would find a way to get the truth out, but I would definitely be terrified.
Yeah, that's
For
fair.
sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah. That's isn't that the conspiracy that he was killed because he knew so much and so many wealthy people just have access to things that we wouldn't ever have
Yeah.
access to.
And there's a missing minute and 2 seconds from that video where he like
How did they bumble this so bad?
and that's kind of the Occam's right. Like, I think it was designed this way.
I've always thought Occam's razor says he killed himself. It's the most plausible because there's just a whole bunch of idiots working in this system that didn't have X, Y, and Z.
I don't know. I don't think that's the most plausible. He was wealthy. He loved himself. He had his own cell.
Yeah, his own cell can't be that great as opposed to his own island.
I know, but people with money like that.
And it was right before his trial was supposed to start or something.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
I don't know. But I just don't understand how they bumbled it so bad. They've had 10 years to figure out what the spin is going to be. And no spin doctor ever came to them and said, okay, guys, this is what the plan is. Really?
I don't know. Everything is so complicated. I don't know. I would love to know though. So if you are one of those people who knows the truth, you need to let us know.
Yeah, we'll keep you on the down low. We won't tell anybody where we got the information.
No.
Did you see that Benjamin Netanyahu presented Trump with the letter to the Nobel
Yes.
for the Nobel Peace Prize?
Yeah, for for stopping the war with Iran and India.
What?
Yeah, like, excuse me. What was really weird about that whole thing is right before that war started, our Secretary of State actually traveled to India.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, I don't know, the timing was just really weird to me because our Secretary of State is corrupt as fuck. It's so bad.
Right. I was just talking about this with Brandon the other day. What happened to Marco Rubio? He seemed like a decent guy.
What is he doing?
When he was running for president and he came to Iowa, I went and bird dogged him. So you go to the different politicians and you ask them specific questions. And he actually was knowledgeable. He seemed pretty down to earth. He seemed pretty personable. Now he seems like the devil.
I mean, do you think they just blackmail these people?
I do, but does blackmailing turn you into Satan? He's really awful now.
I mean, if you're stuck under Trump's thumb smelling his diaper at the same time, it's got to be, I mean, I'd be pretty evil.
Yeah, man, I guess.
And like, he's Cuban. He's Cuban American. Like, he's the son of immigrants. And now he's getting rid of immigrants.
And doing it with a smile on his face.
I know. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. I don't know. I mean, but none of them. When do any of them genuinely look happy? Literally, no one in that administration ever looks or even pretends to be happy. Even when Trump is happy, he still looks like he has a cork up his ass. Like, there's no smiling. There's no happiness. I mean, I think the happiest thing I've ever seen in this administration is when Trump's wife was dancing with some hot dude in a military uniform on Inauguration Day. Like, that's the only time I saw that picture of that. And I was like, she smiles? It was weird.
I didn't know that could happen.
She actually looked happy. It was really bizarre.
That has to be the reason why they have so many drugs running through the White House. You know, the last administration, it was well known they had a Dr. Feelgood. He would prescribe anything to anybody. Usually you don't get those kind of prescriptions at the White House, but anybody could go down and get their Valium. They could get their whatever, snort Adderall, whatever, anything you wanted. And that has to be the reason because they're so unhappy. They have
to be. They look it.
Yeah.
Well, it is time for another commercial break. We can hypothesize this all day long.
Yeah, I'm going to go snort some Adderall while we're gone. Bitches Get Stuff Done, the podcast, is brought to you in part by the upcoming self-guided lesson book, Fight Like a Bitch, Modern Strategies for Social Activists to Fight Back Against the Wave of Authoritarianism. Help support publishing this book with a Kickstarter pledge at bitchesgetstuffdone.org.
Stop being nice, that's a trap. Bitches get stuff done, that's a fact. Unapologetic on the attack.
Okay, welcome back, guys. We are just about done with all of our wonderful podcasts for the day. Anything you have to add on a final note?
No, but my beagle is very unhappy right now. I'm so
What'd you
sorry.
do?
Someone knocked on my door and now she's like losing her mind.
I can only sporadically hear it, so.
Oh, well, that's good because it's about to bust my eardrums. No, I don't have anything else there's really nothing else happening. On July, or so every Friday in Franklin, Indiana, we do have protests from 4 to 6 right outside the courthouse. I will be at the one on July 25th. We're going to try to make that one a little bit bigger. So stay tuned for that. I need to talk to a few people about that to make sure I've got that wrangle. And reminder, I'm running for Secretary of State. So if anyone listening wants to help support my campaign, you can go to blythepotter.com and check that out. I'm almost at $5,000, which doesn't seem like a lot, but like it's a lot to me.
That's a lot.
It is. I need to my goal. Really need to be shooting for like $10,000 a month.
A month, holy crow.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It is insane how expensive this stuff is. But I started calling party chairs today in the different counties, so it's very nerve-wracking.
Yes. Phone work is my Achilles heel.
I hate it.
It's
the worst. It is the absolute worst.
Blythe, I forgot to ask you what you think about us having a guest that is. Okay. Sorry, we saved this to the end. We should have totally led with this. We buried.
Yeah, but you need to comment and tell us what you think. Go to our social media after this and tell us what you think.
Yeah, if you've made it this far, you've made it to a really good point.
Yeah,
because we totally buried this lead.
I totally forgot.
So I have this troll on the app Facebook, and she trolls me like crazy. She's not a smart woman. She's not particularly pleasant. She always says outrageous things like, Heather sucks. You're so stupid. I don't even know. I'd have to look it up because it's always so nonsensical. I just like, whatever. And then I troll her back a little bit, right? I always post her mugshot to troll her back. And it's just random, and it's out of the blue, and it's for no reason. I've never met her. I know that she ran for office once. Anyway, she contacted me last night via DM on Facebook. Hey, can I be on your podcast? And I'm like, what the, am I being punked?
Yes. But also that means, like you said, she probably listens to our podcast, which is...
I know, it's crazy. It just came out of the blue.
It's so funny. I
don't know what to make of it. I mean, she did email me because I said, hey, look, I don't know why I would have you on, but email me and I'll think about it. So she did email. She did follow up. But I
think it could be interesting. One, I want to see what the fuck.
Yeah. I'll have to go back and play her comments.
What's her motivation? Like,
right?
Why?
Yeah, she's so far to the right. I mean, I'm pretty sure that her hair is such a mess because she just pulled her head out of Trump's ass.
I mean, likely, but how often do you get to interview your own troll?
Never.
Right?
I know.
Although
right?
this could be like, is this like a scary stalker thing? If you're listening, please don't come and get me.
I don't know. It's so weird. You know, I troll Republicans all the time, but they're elected officials. Surely they expect...
You pay their taxes. You pay their income, rather.
They probably pay their taxes, too.
Yeah, you pay their taxes, too, because they aren't paying it.
So, if you're listening to this and you have an opinion, oh my God, let me know what it is. Should we have my troll on?
Yes.
So go to our socials and let us know, or give us a call at 515-442-0422. Or you can always drop us an email at bitchesgetstuffdone@gmail.com. And it's a 1 instead of an I for bitches. I am eager to know what everybody thinks of this. I'm going to have to make some content out of it because it's so crazy.
Absolutely. And she's got the wig for it too. But we will likely, I have not solidified this, but there is a woman in Indiana on my Blue Dot Discord. Her mother is a Holocaust survivor. And I immediately was like, oh my God, I have so many questions. Like, I would love to talk to your mom about this. And she seems open to it. We wouldn't be able to disclose her name, but I also kind of want to talk to her daughter because, I mean, this could be us.
Yeah.
We could be survivors of this type of treatment, right? And our children could be also like the children of trauma victims from that. So I'm very curious to see what they have to say or what they think seeing this all go down. I don't know, because this is going to affect our children, seeing us stress about this and worry about it as well. So.
Agreed. I think she would be a fantastic guest if she'll let us. We'd actually have to prepare for that one, though. Like, actually ask her, like, questions that we prepare in advance. Not just, like, hey, got anything for, like, because I don't know what to talk about.
Yeah, we could, we'll have to think about that. Like, what do we, well, okay, there's another thing you can interact with. If we do this, what would you want to ask a Holocaust survivor and or their child?
Yeah, that's a great point.
Other than like, how do you survive that? Like, tell me everything. I don't know. I'm morbidly fascinated with that, and I don't know why. I've always been drawn to World War II, but now especially, like we're kind of living a very parallel universe. It seems.
Yes, way too many similarities.
Too many.
Terrifying.
It's like weird to even say out loud because I feel like I am the actual crazy one, but I think this is really happening.
I'm intrigued to know also, were the German people like us where they're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to not fall victim to Hitler. Yeah. Surely there had to be, right? Surely not everybody was going to be a Hitler fan. And I never really thought about it until we're in this position now. I just always assumed, well, of course everybody supported him, but of course they couldn't have. Yeah. Not everybody's going to want fascism.
No, I know there was a resistance, and that is a good question. Like, what did that look like? God, so weird. It's so weird that could ever happen. It's so weird.
And we're there. We're
there. We are absolutely there. But anyway, on that cheery note.
Well, we do have a protest on Friday for anybody listening. In downtown Des Moines, the Family Leader is going to be hosting their family leadership conference that they have every year. This year is Sarah Huckleberry Sanders is the keynote. So that means that she is positioning to run for either president or vice president. I assure you, people don't come to Iowa for shits and giggles. So that will be 4 to 6 o'clock. If you can join us, it'll be down at the convention center.
I will one day come to Iowa for shits and giggles, though. And not because I want to run for president.
It's going to be because you have to detassel corn because you're going to be taking a farm worker's job.
We'll just do it together. Bitches detassel corn.
Oh, man. Have you ever detasseled corn?
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
Oh, God, it's the worst. And I'm only
such a mess.
And the corn's taller than me. So you got to pull this stalk down and rip that tassel off. Oh, there's bugs and it's wet and it smells and it's sweaty. Oh, God, detasseling corn. I can't believe I'm going to have to do that to get Medicaid. Damn it. I'm not eager for this.
This is going to suck.
Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning into another podcast of Bitches Get Stuff Done. Make sure that you comment, like, spread, share all of the wonderful happiness of our show. The more you comment, the more people see it.
Yes, thank you.
And we will record again on Sunday, so hopefully nothing will happen between now and then.
Yeah, I'm not holding my breath on that one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.